Hey everyone, what's going on? Joey and Julia here, and a few months ago, we were going through a Downton Abbey phase. I think we watched the series twice, and then we watched the movies twice, and then we started talking about it in our live streams, because we do Friday with the Continos at least once a month, or we try to at least once a month. And you guys suggested, hey guys, why don't you go and stay in a castle? You live near New York, there's tons of castles over there, so why don't you guys do that? Well, today, folks, we're doing just that. Yeah, look at this right behind us, and the entire place pretty much is ours right now. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about this place, give you guys a tour, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. Let's get started. So let me go ahead and give you guys a little information about the place we're actually staying in. This place was built in the 1920s to look like a chateau. It was built by Otto Hermann Kahn, and he built it for his summer house. I know, a summer house. It is massive inside. I mean, right now it's only 30 staterooms, but before that it was like 100 and something. When Otto built this thing, he wanted it to be the highest place on Long Island. So they built this mountain, and then on top of the mountain, really a hill. Then they built this mansion on top of it. In total, it took about 2 years to actually build, and they used it for several years until they eventually sold it. This building was many different things. It became a place where the Marines came in and learned how to use radios. It became a sanitation workers' retreat house, and then eventually became abandoned in the 80s. At that point, the gentleman named Gary, who actually took over this place, bought the estate, at least what was left of it, I think it was like 16 acres, for about $1.5 million and spent $40 million restoring it. Yeah, that's a lot of money. And so what you're looking at today is the restoration of the entire building. We are staying here for 2 days. Everything online says you have to stay here 2 days to get the full experience, do the full tours, go through everything, check out the gardens, hang out in the libraries, and that's what we're gonna do. We're going to be working from the library. I'll be working while here. So my laptop in her grand library. We'll be eating in the grand ballroom, and we'll give you guys a behind-the-scenes look of everything here. We're currently in the gardens, and right now what you're looking at is a recreation of the original one based off of a blueprint of the house, because the original one was knocked down when the Marines were here. But let's go ahead and give you guys a tour. Now, we actually arrived yesterday morning. These are the gates that greet you when you first drive into the castle. And as you drive through, it's actually a little neighborhood, which I'm assuming was a village for the actual castle. Then you get to this little tower where security is, and then you hang a right, which feature these beautiful tall trees, something that I figured this is probably what they had when you were driving up here in the 20s. This is another guardhouse, and you're going to turn left and be welcomed by this. We entered via the grand staircase, which we will get back to a little bit later, but they restored the railings, the steps, even the statues on the side they restored from when the house was abandoned in the 80s. Now, looking at the chandelier, it's not the original one, but it looks gorgeous inside. Back to this room later on in the video. The next morning, we woke up to have breakfast in the grand ballroom. That's right. This room is absolutely beautiful. It's where not only they had food and parties, but all of the weddings, and they still do that today. Check out how beautiful this room is. So now we have you guys up to date to today, this morning after breakfast. And now we're in the gardens, just enjoying it all. We're gonna grab some books and hang out here, but we're also gonna give you guys a tour of the entire building. And what is really cool is that you can see some remnants from the original gardens here. Like right behind me, you could see this half circle seating area. And you find chairs like this at all of the mansions we go and visit from the 20s. Nice little seating area. And of course, because they built it on top of a hill and there's a basement, which is really not really a basement, but we'll talk about it's like the first level, you could see where they actually have different stages. So here's one here and so on and so forth, so that it's completely even on top. They did a really great job restoring all the tapestry. Once again, these are based off of like photographs or blueprints of what the gardens looked like. And they maintain it very well. And there's Julia. Hi, drinking her tea. You can see some remnants of the original estate. I mean, here you can see that the lip is completely missing on this wall. You can see the original lip over here. And if you look off into the distance behind the trees, you can see a gate and some kind of fence. Well, that was their entrance into their rose garden, which they locked up every night. You see the original capstones here on the edging. But let's go forward. Now, as we're showing you video, you're going to be saying to yourself, wow, this place looks familiar. Well, I mean, it should. It's been used in countless movies, TV shows, music videos. Taylor Swift used this for her Blank Space music video. Kevin Jonas, when he got married here. And a lot of celebrities get married here. Now, currently, it is 11:30 in the morning. According to weather.com, not a sponsor, it is currently 97 degrees, but it feels like 102 or 103. So we're gonna hang out here for a bit, but it is so hot, we're gonna head inside and start the tour inside for you guys. I feel like the sweat is like dripping off of me in this video. But let's go inside. As we're walking over, you'll notice the roofing, some of it is even, some of it's not. They had to restore this thing back to its original 1920s look. So they went back to the same quarry where they got the shingles to match it perfectly. So that's why some pieces are longer, because they're newer, and the shorter ones are older. They restored the guardhouse as well. You can see the roof looks like a Harry Potter roof a bit. Let's go inside. Now keep in mind, this is a working hotel, so I don't want to speak too loud inside, so I might have to do some voiceovers as we're walking through. But let's go. So what we just walked in is actually not the front of the house, it's actually this side of the house where the gardens are. So it's kind of weird, the orientation of this, because we came through when we parked our car on the other side. So I consider that the front, and this is normally considered the back. I don't really know. Because you think about castles, you think of like, oh, horse and buggy and things, and that was not a case here. I always feel like there's always some kind of horseless car, or in the other way of saying horseless carriage, or just a car in general. But we're gonna start our tour in here, which is one of the sitting rooms when you first enter in from the gardens. And the architecture is beautiful. Remember, this place was built in the 20s, abandoned in the 80s. And what's really cool is that every single room has a photo of what it looked like when they first found it. Let me show you that. So this is what the room looked like when they found it in the 80s. And now this is what the room looks like. This is kind of like a colonial style chandelier. I don't think it actually fits in with the design of the house, but it is kind of cool to look at. Attached to it is a library, but there's also a secret passage in here. You can see it better on the other side as I just push my foot on the wall, but connected to it is the library. The good news about it being restored is that they actually have central air in here, because they didn't have that before. So it's kind of nice. You can actually hear it blowing and it feels so good, because it is really hot outside. Funny enough is that's where I'm working tonight. Yeah, Right there with my computer, pulling my audio in here. It's gonna be fun. Here's the fireplace. It's not lit, obviously, it's too hot out. But there's the man himself, Otto. And you're gonna be saying to yourself, man, he looks familiar, right? He looks very familiar. Have you ever played Monopoly? Well, guess what? The character of Mr. Monopoly is based off of Otto. Seriously, look it up, it's true. So another interesting fact about Mr. Otto over here, the name of the castle, Oheka, is actually an acronym. It's a breakup of his name. The O for Otto, Hermann was his middle name, so H-E, and then from there, the K at the end for his last name. So how cool, right? Now we're walking out to the patio. This is the courtyard, or what it's known as Otto's courtyard. You get it because Otto built this castle. Here's the parking lot. Where's that car there? They did an amazing job restoring this place. Now, when Otto built this place, there was 423 acres of land. Over time, of course, every family member or the Marines or whoever had this place started selling it off, with the remaining only being about 16 acres. Now, there is an identical courtyard on the other side of the building. Right through here is actually, you don't want to go this way. You fall down, this is the grand staircase, the one where we originally came in on, where Taylor Swift filmed her video. But across the way, you can see it's where the restaurant is. That's where we ate last night. But it feels so much better in the shaded area. This is beautiful, right? On to the next room, everyone. You know, as you guys know, we've been to so many mansions. We've done so many videos about mansions. The largest one in America is the Bitmore, the largest residence. This is the second largest residence. And what's interesting is the fact, privately owned still, what's interesting about this whole thing is anytime you go into one of those massive mansions, you go check out whether it's the Vanderbilts or just a Bitmore or whatever you name it, you can't sit on the furniture. But here as guests, it's weird. You're literally just hanging out, like it's your living room. You know, Julie's gonna be reading Harry Potter. I'll be reading something about stocks. It's just kind of bizarre. You know, you really are getting the full Downton Abbey experience in New York. I hope this gives you an idea of how long this room is. The depth behind it. I mean, it's gonna be at least 50 plus feet. And the walls are lined with a lot of old books. This one right here that just opened is from 1912. Some newer books up there too. That's originally I got a Harry Potter one from. Now, next to this room is the bathroom, and you're probably like, hey, we want to see the bathroom. You know, is it grand because of where we're at? Truth be told, yeah. It's pretty grand, and I'm going to show you, just to make sure that no one's in there. So here we go. So as you exit the library, well, there's bathrooms to the left. I'm not going to show you that. But we're going to go straight over here. So there was the library, and here's the men's bathroom. Yeah. Marble. Look at these ceilings up here. Big window. Statues, you name it. Old 20s urinals. Though they're new, but they made them look old. Crazy, right? And here's the room that connects the library and the bathrooms. And if you go to the left, that's where the restaurant is, and the main lobby is that way. And it's beautiful. Look at the tapestry on the walls and the paintings. Here's the original drawing of the estate. This is how they were able to recreate this much of the actual like garden area. This part here is missing. Next, we're moving down to these other rooms in the far side of the building because they were actually about to have a wedding there later on that day, so they were setting up. But this was maybe one of these smaller ballrooms, and then next to it is the brand new grand ballroom that they built just for weddings. I think maybe that was like in the early thousands. You could definitely tell it's quite modern. I mean, guys, look at this. It is gorgeous. And you got the view out here. And here's another one of those photos that show you what it looked like when they found it. And now, what it is today. It may be 104 now, but we're going to explore the lower deck, or technically the first floor slash basement of the castle. The castle's all the way up there. It's overlooking these beautiful maintained lawns. I feel like this is another ballroom of some type. You can see the floorings. It's like an inside garden almost. What? That's the pool? I see that. Check that out. I'll show you guys in a second. It makes sense on why they have all the tile down. Can you guys see that pool? The greenery inside. It's the gargoyles here. So you can imagine swimming in the pool and having these doors open and having all of this to look at. I'm pretty sure this wasn't here at that time, but pretty nifty. Let's continue our tour. You can see the wall that was established all the way down to there and across. I do know that the owner does like Easter egg hunts and things out here, which is pretty cool for the community. So, and here's the grand lobby, everyone. I'll show you videos of this at night too later on. Let you enter in from here. And this is where Taylor Swift was, by the way, everyone. I'm whispering because of the echo. There's my beautiful girl. I'll look at the view from up here. And here's the lobby. There's one patio over here. The restaurant's over there where we ate last night. We ate breakfast in here at the grand ballroom. That's where the wedding stuff was, where we showed you guys before. But now we're gonna take you guys upstairs to floor number 2, technically. So this is where we just walked up. There's a hallway down here where you can overlook the patio. And then, hang a left and you can check out the other staterooms. These are the bigger suites, by the way. Beautiful antiques everywhere. There's Aristotle. Looks like Venice, doesn't it?
Yes.
Look, here's Julia in the boat. There you are. Who's your friend? Who's your friend? Never introduced me. Oh, this is how the room was here. Wow, man, it really was trash. They did a good job fixing it up. Socrates. This looks like Napoleon. So, you know. And here's our floor. The architecture is a little bit different. I feel like this is more colonial. This is where like the servants would have stayed. A very tip-top floor. We're not going to show you our room just because you can look it up online. Every room is different here. But Google it. They're pretty cool. So you can see these hallways.
There's a picture of how the hallways look.
Julia is showing us what the hallways look like. Wow. I wonder which way that's coming from. It's completely different now. I'm assuming it's this way here. Crazy. Maybe that, yeah, it's gonna be the other way. Pretty crazy. Here's a private kitchen on the 3rd floor. 3rd floor kitchen, anyone? This just shows you how bad the building was before they fixed it. Here's the antennas from when they did the radio stuff here, but the statues are missing their stuff. Posted no trespassing. It looks nothing like what it looks like right now. The roof was falling apart. Insane. Here's more photos of what it used to look like before they fixed it. Oh, I'm sorry. This one was a school. We are now outside. We went on the, I guess this is the west side of the building. It's so impressive. And while we're over here, this was an addition they put on. That's where all the wedding stuff is. But something we didn't see is that Oyster Bay is right here. Look at this. So from up there, you get a view of the ocean, or the bay. Some of the estate down here in the golfing grounds. I know I said I wouldn't share with you what a room looks like, but I want to share with you something in the room because I think it's very strange. This is the closet area, and I don't know what they're thinking, how many people are staying here and how long they're going to be here for, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 24 racks for shoes. Who is coming here with that many pair of shoes? Right? And then you got more space. So how long are you going to be here for? Ties, belts. So strange. Also, let me share with you our view. Can't really see much, but remember at one point this was the tallest point in Long Island. You can see Oyster Bay right there. Anyway, let's continue the tour. Well guys, the sun has set and look at the colors on the castle. Look how beautiful it is at night. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. The uplighting looks great. We're gonna walk the gardens real quick before it gets too dark. And we're gonna show you guys some rooms. It is beautiful. Here's my beautiful wife. You keep walking. There we go, look at that. Walk to your Lamborghini. Your Lamborghini over there. We are now outside. I love twilight time. It's my favorite time of day. Right now, we have the lightning bugs coming out. So right now we're gonna walk around the fountains and check out the lightning bugs. Do you hear the sounds, Jewel? Look at the lightning bugs. Look at them all. It makes you feel like you're in a fairy tale. Of course, we gotta turn around and look at the castle. It is just a very peaceful walk around here. And we need it because we just ate so much food. See all the lightning bugs, everyone? There was more up front. It's a crazy amount. Just walking the properties, enjoying the sounds of the frogs or the toads. Still watching the sunset. Over here is where the actual like gardens are. And over here is just the field. There's the library in here. Because it's too dark, you can't really see it, but there's a thunder and lightning storm right there. It keeps going off and it's really cool. But once again, it's too, oh, maybe you could have seen that. That was a big strike. But it's like 50 miles off, so we're not gonna get anything here. But it's just amazing to sit out here and listen to everything. Now inside they have a themed bar area and / restaurant called Charlie Chaplin's, and the walls are covered with tons and tons of photos of him. Check it out. The grandfather clock is chiming. It is nighttime. Now, I had to get to work, but don't worry. I got to work in this beautiful room right here. Then in the morning, I woke up early to get you guys some drone footage of the property. Enjoy. And there you guys go. For 2 days, we got to live in a castle and bring you guys along to check out the inside of it. What was your favorite room? What was your favorite room?
Music room.
The music room, aka the library. And it technically is a music room because if you look around, there's statues of famous composers.
Yeah.
But you guys let us know in the comment section what was your favorite. Mine, I mean, the music room was pretty cool, but eating in the grand ballroom, pretty cool. I can kind of get used to that for breakfast every single day.
Yeah.
But anyway, we want to thank you guys for joining us. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I'm Joey, and this is Julia. Stay safe, everyone. See you later. Bye.